War broke out between Britain and its once loyal colonies on the 4th of July in 1776. The new Congress of the unanimous declared 13 United States of America broke from the great empire to become what we now know as the United States of America.
This is what we think about their taxes.
Yeah.
While the Sons of Liberty were out tarring and feathering loyalists, there was a less violent group of ladies working for the same cause. The Daughters of Liberty chose to use molasses and flowers against the loyalists and tax collectors.
The difference between the battle styles helped lead the war to occur the way that it happened. The colonist style of battle was more of a guerrilla style, whereas the British were more traditional. Guerrilla style is avoiding direct meeting opposed to the well-practiced in-line battle that the British was used to.
While the British were much more skilled in their military tactics, even having the world's strongest navy at the time, the colonists were able to hold strong in their defenses. While the British beat them in many battles, their method of waiting out the British allowed them to keep steady in their place until foreign aid could arrive from France and Spain.
That the Declaration of Independence doesn't actually use the word independence. Instead, it says the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America.
Despite the word independence not actually being in the Declaration, as odd as it may seem, it still did the job. The well-known painting by John Trumbull depicts all of the signers of the Declaration in one place. That isn't actually the case. It was far too dangerous for all of these men to be together in one place. Easy for the British to find and exterminate for high treason, so they all met up in different locations and signed at different times.
No, during the war, Britain took over many theaters in order to put on shows for the soldiers and for the soldiers to be in the shows as forms of entertainment and stress relief between battles.
Women also had a great impact on the war effort. Their jobs ranged from nurses, while not particularly common in the time period, to seamstresses, cooks, and maids. There were men involved in the home front, and mainly for moral support for the revolutionaries on the battlefield, but there were some women that dressed up as men and fought alongside their patriot brothers. The American flag was sewn together by a small group of American women, the very one on which our national anthem was named after. Without this little group of ladies, we wouldn't have the beloved Star-Spangled Banner.
No, the Continental Congress hired pirates to attack British ships because the colonists had little to no navy. That's genius.
The battle at Saratoga was perhaps, arguably, the largest turning point in the war. It was the first real American victory, boosting the morale of the colonists. It started the Franco-American Alliance, an alliance that greatly influenced the outcome of the war. Another particularly well-known moment in the war was the winter of 1777 and 1778, as 12,000 Continental soldiers suffered in the frozen winter at Valley Forge. Inadequately fed and clothed, over 2,500 men died in the frozen cold as they awaited the coming of spring and the return of the battles.
That secret agents on both sides of the war used spies to write letters